Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I am Tigress Osborne. I'm the chair of the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance. I'm super excited today to be with you and to be here with Bree 16, who is going to lead us through some fat magic and tarot. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will not see the tarot portions of our event today, as we're going to let people have a little privacy around those. But we're happy to share today's magic with you. And I'm going to tell you where in just a second where you can find Bree in case you want to have Bree do a tarot reading for you. Before we get to that, just a couple of announcements. We want to welcome you all to Fat Liberation Month. We hope you've been with us for part of May that's passed so far. And we've got lots of activities coming up for the rest of May. Our next couple of webinars feature Bruce Sturgill from Chubster, who's going to be talking about fat men and masculine fashion. And then Spencer Pablo from However Chubby, who's going to be talking about how to take the most empowering photos of other fat people and of yourself. So Spencer is a selfie master. He's going to teach y'all some tricks. Bruce is coming up on Tuesday, the 11th. And Spencer is coming up on Saturday, the 15th of May. You can register for those at NAAFA.org. And before I introduce Bree, I also want to let you know that today's ASL interpreting is provided by Pro Bono ASL. You can find these fantastic folks at their website, which is probonoasl.com. Thank you to Neil and Gregorio for being with us today to interpret for our participants. And now, Bree. Bree 16, she is a witch with a therapist education and an artist heart. They provide emotional and spiritual support through their business, HealedAF, offering sliding scale services, including solution-oriented discussion, specialty consultation, collaborative magic, and Uno tarot readings. They also host the HealedAF podcast, interviewing others about their healing stories for visibility and communal knowledge. You can find their fat positive interview series, Fat Chat, FATT Chat, on the NAAFA Community Voices blog at NAAFA.org. Learn more about Bree and HealedAF at HealedAF.org and on your favorite social media at HealedAF. Ladies and gentlemen and friends of all gens, please welcome Bree 16. I'm going to turn it over to Bree.
Yay! Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Let's see. So we are going to start with some cauldron magic, specifically around, whoever wants to participate, we're all going to choose an ingredient, which I will list the ingredients and I will also put it in the chat so it's easier for you to view. Everybody can pick one, and you will also assign an intention to that. So I will ask that you, if you're comfortable doing so, to unmute and share aloud what you will choose and what your intention for it will be. I'm going to list the ingredients, but I'm not going to let you know how I use them because I'm very much into empowering other people to go with their own intuition. So don't overthink it. Whatever comes to your heart or whatever speaks loudest is totally great to go with. Don't worry if somebody else chooses something that you want to choose. You can choose the same ingredients, even if you have different intentions, or if you have same intentions, like the more the merrier. So I guess I'll show you my little cauldron because it's very cute. Here it is. Little tree on it because I'm a Taurus, super earthy up in this house. And I will let you know I have started it already with the coal because sometimes these coals are finicky. So I want to make sure that it was all the way burned through. And I threw in my first intention for us all, which was lavender. And my intention for that was to have the comfort and the security in this room and also outside of this room to show up unapologetically fat and authentic. So that is my intention for the lavender. Let me put in, and I will also say, like, no pressure if you're not feeling up to being on camera, but I personally really enjoy seeing everybody's faces. It helps me do what I'm doing. But again, no pressure if you're not feeling up for it. So I just posted in the chat everything we're going to work with today. I'll read them aloud as well. We've got bay leaves, black pepper, cannabis of 2 types, a hybrid and an indica. We've got cinnamon, cloves, yellow clover flowers, dill, ginger, hibiscus, lavender, miscellaneous flowers that are pink and burgundy. Nutmeg, we have purple and white orchids, pink jasmine flowers, rosemary, red and pink roses, salt, sesame seeds, spearmint, and thyme. So I think probably the easiest way to go about this would be to raise your virtual hand, and we can go in order of that. And I'll like call your name, and then you can unmute and share the ingredient and the intention. And if you don't know how to share or to raise your hand, if you're on a computer, you can click reactions and raise hand. I believe if you're on a phone, you click *9 and then *6 to speak. All right, first up is Laura.
Oh, can you put in rosemary for peace and protection?
Absolutely. I'm very proud to say this rosemary comes from my garden too. So yay for gardens. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, can you put in cinnamon with an intention of us all enjoying the sweetness and joy that life has to offer?
Absolutely. This cinnamon comes from the grocery store. I always like to tell people or just remind people that, magic can be from wherever. It doesn't have to be super expensive. It doesn't have to come from some, of course, we love the witchy stores and stuff, but, the cinnamon from your cabinet works just as well. Next, we've got Chloe.
Hi, I choose cannabis with the intention of connecting with the earth and gratitude.
Would you like hybrid or indica?
Hybrid.
Got it. Still smells like weed. No, this doesn't smell really good. Next is Cheris.
I'd like to put in some salt for grounding.
We'll just go right in. Thank you. Christy.
I'd like to put in some time for healing and grief.
Thank you. Carol.
I'd like to put in some spearmint for life renewal.
I love all these intentions. I'm like very inspired in the ways we're all using these. Let's see. That was Carol, right? Tina M.
I would like to put in black pepper for some spice and life.
Freshly ground. Next is Lisa.
Yeah, I'd like to do some pink jasmine flowers for self-love.
Also proudly from my garden. Thank you. Trevor.
I would like to do some cloves for some pain relief.
Clove is one of my favorites.
Want to put anything in the cauldron? You're good.
Breaking off the little ball of clove to sprinkle it in, and then just throw the whole thing in, because why not? All right. Anybody else who didn't yet, or if anybody is feeling compelled to throw in anything extra, you're totally welcome to. There are still hands raised from before, so I can't tell if I think Chloe, did you just raise your hand again? Okay, go for it.
Hibiscus for rebirth.
Yeah. I actually found this hibiscus at the dollar store. So, right? Very good find. I'm going to throw on some extra because I'm very excited about it. Cool. Tina, is your hand raised again? Tina with no M.
Yeah, can we throw in some roses for self-love and love, in our lives?
Yeah, absolutely. Would you like pink or red?
Can we do both?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Let's see. The pink ones are very cute. And a petal from that. And here's your red. All right, Carol. Carol, did you want to pick another ingredient?
No, I can't think of one right now. Thank you.
Okay. No worries. Just saw your hand raised. All right, I'm going to mix this up a little bit and then let it burn through our session. And then I'm also going to top it with some cinnamon incense. I usually like to think of it kind of as like sealing it. And I use cinnamon a lot for protection, but like a very specific kind of like fierce protection, which I think just really reflects like the fierce fat politics I'm sure we're all bringing to the table. So before I throw that on, any last burning desire wanting to throw something else in? Darlene.
I'd like to have spearmint to refresh our souls.
Ooh, you got it. All right. Let me just make this cold cooperate. I might throw in another one afterwards to really burn it all up. All right. Everyone say thank you, Cauldron, for holding our intentions for today and all the days of great fatness. I'll put it over here because it's going to get smoky with this incense. Before we stop the recording, I'd actually love to just share quickly about how I use Uno to read tarot for anybody who's watching later and is interested in knowing that. So if you don't know this, tarot actually started as playing cards. Like there were some super rich kings in like Italy who like hired artists to paint playing cards for them. And then later is when they got translated into what we know as tarot today. So there are plenty of people who actually use regular playing cards to read tarot. And that's how I was inspired to try it with Uno, because I tried it with playing cards and I just just wasn't like clicking. Like when I looked at it, I think maybe all the symbols were too much for me or something. And one day, just after playing Uno, I was like, let's see if we can make it work with Uno. And long story short, it works. So the way it works with Uno is different and unique to regular playing cards in that Uno, I just pull out all the numbers basically. I don't use like the reverse or the wild cards or anything. I've considered applying meaning to them in the future, and you totally can if you'd like to. But I just for now use the numbers, and these equate to what is known as the minor arcana in tarot. So this is all the cards that are numbers that pertain to a suit. So the cups, the swords, the pentacles, the wands. That's all the cards we're going to read today. There are no court cards and there are no major arcana cards. So those are the cards that are like death, justice, the tower, all those cards. Those are not present in this deck. And what's unique about using Uno for tarot as opposed to playing cards is that there are doubles of all the numbers. Except for 0, which is interesting. I actually did not realize that until the other day. So it's unique because you actually have a chance of possibly getting double cards, which to me says it's a message that like super needs to be highlighted. And the way we interpret the colors for the suits is red is going to be wands, blue is cups, green is pentacles, yellow is swords. And this is the way the colors translate in terms of like tarot too. Like I thought I was making it up, and then I looked in my tarot guidebook and I was like, oh, I might know something. So yeah, I just want to let everybody know that in case you want to try it yourself, but I'll go ahead and pause so we can have a little privacy.
Bree, will you say one more time where folks can find you if they would like to book a tarot reading with you and they're seeing this on video?
Yeah, for sure. My website is HealedAF.org. I always just pronounce it healed as fuck because that's how I would prefer it. But HealedAF.org, that's where all the information about my services and my podcast and booking and everything is. Everything is sliding scale. And the Instagram is HealedAF also. So I'll see you on the internet.
Thanks, Bree. And once again, before we end the recording, we just want to thank all of you for being with us. We want to remind you that we are able to bring these kinds of programs to the public free of charge because of the generous support of our members and other contributors. If you would like to support financially the rest of Fat Liberation Month or any other NAAFA programming, you can do that at NAAFA.org, NAAFA.org. And also thanks again to Neil and Gregorio from Pro Bono ASL for providing us interpretation today. If you're here just for the recorded portion, that's the end, and we'll see you for the next Fat Liberation Month activities. The rest of you hang out and raise your hand for your tarot readings. Thanks for being with us today.